Stop it. They don't listen very well. Coco! Shh! Coco! Shh! Chanel, stop. Coco Chanel. Stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to film a video. I'm trying to film a video when you're being really loud. Anyway, 14 to 42 millimeters. Hey everybody, I'm back with another chat video. Now if you watched last week's chat, I told you that if I went to the Renaissance Festival, I probably would not be doing a chat video this week. Well, I'm doing a chat video and I did go to the Renaissance Festival. So I just got back and I gotta tell you right now, I had a good time and I'm gonna talk more about that, but you feel icky a little bit? I feel icky a little bit. I had my hair in a ponytail the entire day and I just took it down and then sat down to film this video, but I still feel icky from sweating. Ugh, yeah, so that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, but overall pretty good. I don't know if you can hear in my voice or not, but I have either got a cold, sinus infection, or allergies. I'm kind of leaning towards an allergy issue because I'm allergic to nature. And it started a little bit on Wednesday-ish, I think, during the day. It starts out, I get a dry, scratchy throat. Then comes the congestion, and this is going to be TMI, but I'm blowing my nose constantly. It seems like every few minutes because it's necessary. That's TMI, sorry about that. But other than that, I've had a great week this week, and let's see, the Renaissance Festival. I am going to talk a little bit more about that. I did vlog it today, and I vlogged on this camera right here, the Olympus Pen 8, EPL8, the Olympus Pen EPL8. I've only vlogged on this one a few times. This may be my third or fourth vlog, so I did today the Renaissance, I did the Snoopy thing, then I know I did Cheekwood, and there may have been another one in there, so I haven't used it very much. I did alternate between these two lenses right here, so this is the, sorry about that, the puppies are running around. This is the kit lens that came with the kit. It's not the greatest lens, and it's kind of almost turned me off on this camera a little bit, I will tell you that. I talked a lot about camera stuff in the last video, so I don't want to drone on and on about cameras today because some people are just not interested in that. The most important part of the camera is not even the camera, it's the lens. So that's one thing I learned from photography classes. The lens is so important, and this lens is not great at all, but it did come with the kit. I did also get this lens, and I got this for Christmas, so I'm very thankful I got this for Christmas. Hey girls, they're fighting right now. I got this one, so this lens that came with it is 14 to 42 millimeters with the aperture is 3.5 to 5.6. So I mean, it's just an okay lens. If you're going to, you can buy the body without the kit. I mean, you can buy the body without this lens, and if you want to invest in a better lens and save a little bit of money on the camera, I would probably do that. I'm just gonna have to go get her. My barking baby right here. I know even if I don't see them, I know which one it is because Coco's got a high-pitched bark. Hopefully I may just put those in as the bloopers, so you can watch those if you want or not if you don't. This lens is a 40 to 150 millimeter lens. It's got a 4 to a 5.6 f-stop, the aperture. It's not the best, obviously. You want a smaller number for a larger aperture. That would be really awesome to have with this, but the price goes way up when you do that. So the larger the aperture, the more the price is. Just be aware of that. Now she won't stop licking my hand. So I alternated between those two lenses at the Renaissance Festival. And I haven't looked at the footage because I literally just got back. And I don't know how it's going to go. When the longer lens was on it, I know I had some more shaking with that. It was harder to hold. The camera is very heavy. I mean, not very, very heavy, but if you're vlogging with this, it's got substantial weight to it. And that, the weight alone makes me want to use the Canon camera that I have because it's so light and easy to use. But I don't know, I think the quality of the vlogs, the videos may be better on this one. Granted, it's all subject to the user of the camera or the operator, and I'm not that great with the vlogging. So let me put that behind me. And I wanted to show you something else I took today. This is just a backpack. Nothing special about it. Actually, it was special. Nothing to you, but it was special to me at the time. It's just got, I got this backpack when I went to Italy. I went with the tour group ACIS, and it's like an educational tour group. And when I signed up, they give these backpacks. So I've actually got 2 of them, and I don't remember where my other one was, and I don't remember if this was the first trip or the second trip that I took with the group. But I take this backpack around a lot of times when I do take trips, or I did something like I'm going to the Renaissance Festival. I don't want to take a handbag, and I especially do not want to take one of my designer handbags. So the backpack went with me. I didn't take a handbag, and so I just stuffed it full. It fit everything I needed in it. I had an umbrella, I had a jacket. I ended up, I started out with this shirt right here, and then a long sleeve denim shirt because it was cool when I left. And then it warmed up, so I ended up putting the denim shirt in here. It had my Kleenexes that I needed. I had my lip balms, my hand sanitizer. I had an extra pair of glasses, my sunglasses. And I went with my dad, and I also put a pair of his sunglasses in here and a rain jacket for him. So this holds a lot, and it's great. Just a small backpack is great when you're going to go do any type of festival, or especially like the Renaissance Festival, because it's just icky out there. It's in the woods. It was hot and sweaty, and so I don't want to take anything with me that is substantial in price, I should say. And so, speaking of backpacks, I am interested in possibly getting another backpack for next year's trip. I don't know that I want to spend a lot of money on it. I've got one in mind that is a substantial amount of money, and I don't know that I'm going to go that route because I'm thinking I might want to, whatever money I would put on that, I want to put towards the trip. But that one has served me well, but it screams tourist to me, and I would like something that looks a little bit more like, I don't want to use the word professional, that's not the word I'm looking for. Even though I think when you see a backpack on somebody in a city that's known for tourism, you're probably going to think tourist anyway. But if you had, let's say, like a really nice, smaller leather backpack, I don't think that screams tourist, is what I'm trying to say. And so I am in the market for getting a new backpack for my trip next year. I think they're just the best way to travel is with those. If you buy anything, you can put your stuff in the backpack. It just makes life so much easier. And I also have a very inexpensive crossbody handbag. It was like 15 bucks. I don't even know the brand. And it goes around the world with me too. So a lot of times I'll have that one crossbody bag. I will put some money down in that, like my lip balm, maybe my passport. I don't store all my money in that. I keep it in many different locations when I go outside of the country. That way, if something, if I were to get pickpocketed or lose some, stolen, whatever, I have other money because I keep it in different places. But between the small crossbody bag and the backpack, it's perfect for traveling. So let me grab my note. Oh, one other thing. I forgot I had set this behind me. I also went by, I got a nondescript brown paper bag right here. I had, last Sunday night, I had watched an episode, something on the Food Network or the Cooking Channel. I don't remember what it was. But they were going to different food places across the United States, and one of the places they stopped at was the Bang Candy Company in Nashville. And these are handmade marshmallows. The owner of the place was, or is, I should say, not was, she is from Ireland. I don't remember everything they talked about in the episode, so I wanted to go to that. And I was planning on going because I watched that last Sunday night. I was planning on going Monday, and they're closed on Monday. So today was the first opportunity that I had to go to the Bang Candy Company. It's wrapped very pretty, and the label is holding the ribbon on. So I don't know. I'm like, thank you for packaging it very nice, but oh, I see. They didn't put the ribbon all the way around. So I'm just going to open them and show you. So I ended up getting like toasted coconut and almond. I think these, I don't even remember what that one was. I think it was raspberry, orange, blossom. There was a lemon, blueberry, lavender, and a strawberry something or another. So I got 8 of them. And they also have like salted caramels that I got too. So the Bang Candy Company. If I remember, I haven't tried one yet, but if I remember, I will tell you if I liked them or not in next week's chat video. So my notes that do not include anything that I've been rambling on about. Let me look in about 11 and a half minutes or however long I've been rambling right now. Oh, this is so exciting. eBay sales picked back up. And I don't know how everybody who watches my channel, I don't know how, your belief, let me see how to say this. I don't know what your belief system, some of you I do know because I know you, and some of you have told me, but I don't know what you believe in, what your faith is. And when I talk about faith, I'm not necessarily meaning a denomination. I mean literally faith. When you say pray for something, do you have faith that it's going to, the prayer is going to be answered? So, and this wasn't necessarily a prayer that I had prayed. I mean, I have prayed that my eBay sales would pick back up. I'll be honest with you and tell you that. But I do believe this was, I almost hate to use the word reward, but I'm getting somewhere. So stick with me. We had this giving campaign going on at my church. And we've been doing it for several years, and this particular year. And let me digress for just a minute. I am not telling you about what I'm giving. I'm not even going to tell you how much I gave, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm giving just to get a pat on the back, like, oh, you're so great for giving. Nothing like that. I'm just telling you about this and what I felt, what it led to. So, number one, I 100% believe in giving, and I feel that giving should be done within the heart. And I think you should do it without expecting anything in return. Now, giving is a personal choice. I'm not, when I say I think you should, I'm really talking about myself. I guess I use myself in the second person there. I'm not talking about anybody, in particular other than myself. So I think I should give from the heart. I should do it joyfully without expecting anything in return. So we have been doing this giving campaign for a few years, and for the past couple of years or so, I've basically been just giving the same amount each month. And I was like, I guess you could say led to increase the amount that I was giving from the past few years and give more this year. And so I did that. And last Sunday was the first the first, I guess you could say, amount that I had given under this new amount that I had increased. I hope all that's making sense. So on Monday, so I gave my offerings and givings and all that to the church on Sunday. And on Monday, I had 2 eBay sales. And let me tell you, I went back and looked at my sales for the month of May. I had no sales during the month of May up until Monday. So it's been some time in April, and I didn't sell that much in April. So all of a sudden I get I think it was 2 sales on Monday, 2 sales on Tuesday, and 1 on Friday. 1 on Wednesday. So I had 5 sales this week, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was so ecstatic about that. And I really and truly believe it was because I like the Lord was just smiling on me and blessing me because I had chosen to increase my givings. But again, I don't give money to the church expecting anything in return. But I will tell you, the amount that I increased my givings by, I sold way more than that this week on eBay. So I think, you know, I was really like multiply blessed over that. So I just wanted to say that. And then this week, this is also kind of on a religious theme, and if it's not your cup of tea, I understand, but you can come back and watch many other videos. So for the past year or so, maybe a little bit longer, or maybe a little bit less, I've been praying about a situation. I don't think I've ever talked about it on here whatsoever, and this deals with other people, and I don't have their permission to speak about it, so I'm going to speak in generalized terms for this. But there was a situation that I had been praying about roughly for approximately a year, and one of those prayers was answered a couple weeks ago, and another one was one was answered maybe a couple months ago. It was like one prayer, but multiple parts happened as a whole. And what I was praying for wasn't necessarily what ended up happening, but it was truly a blessing for me, the way it ended up working out. And for somebody else as well, it was a blessing for another person as well. But so a couple months ago, something good happened. A couple weeks ago, something really good happened as well. And then this week, something really good happened. So, you know, nothing happened immediately when I started praying. It was about a year, but all of a sudden things started working out. And if you are praying for something, you know, sometimes the answer is no, you're not going to get it. Sometimes it is exactly what you prayed for, and then sometimes the answer comes and it blows your mind at how it just worked out because you had no idea that the outcome was going to be that awesome. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'll tell you, it increased my faith this week. It really did. And I'm human. I worry about stuff. I fret about stuff. I think that's the same thing, worrying and fretting. I get stressed, but when a prayer is answered like that, it is like, God is so awesome, and I am just in awe of what God can do. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. And anyway, just hopefully that will help you guys out today. If you needed any encouragement in your faith, or if you've ever wondered about giving, again, I wouldn't say give to receive, but so many times it happens. I've heard so many testimonies over and over where somebody gave and then the Lord just blessed them multiple times over the amount that they were giving. So I just wanted to share that with you this week. Another awesome thing that happened this week was I hit over 800,000 views on my YouTube channel. I was like, blew my mind. That's 800,000 views. I was like, oh my goodness, that is a lot. So thank you, every single one of you that watch my videos on a regular basis, or if you've only watched, this is your first one, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. One thing I wanted to mention, I'm looking at my counter. I think I'm going to have to restart the camera. I've got like a minute 30 left, and I know I'm going to talk on for a while, so I'm going to restart the camera because it counts down to 20 minutes and then it cuts me off. So just a second. Okay, I just had to do that because I knew this was going to be a long video because I had a lot of topics today. Somebody left me a comment on it was my Kate Spade video, the mini haul, that they would not be interested or wouldn't pay $150 for a skirt, and that is fine. I'm not here whatsoever to say anything negative about that person. That is fine. Whatever they want to do, you go for it. You do you. But so I just kind of wanted to address, I did address this topic earlier in the year, but if you're new to my channel, I thought, why not address it again about my fashion. I'm not going to get into my fashion sense so much, but I'm going to get into my thoughts on buying quality fashion as opposed to what some people refer to as fast fashion or throwaway fashion. And I just thought after getting that comment yesterday, and that I would discuss a little bit into my philosophy on the types of items that I'm buying. And when I say types of items, I mean quality over something that you're going to buy at Forever 21 or H&M, something like that. That's where I'm going. So the past few years, I have been a little bit on both sides. As far as my actual clothing goes, I don't have a lot of designer pieces in clothing. I do have designer handbags, I do have designer shoes, glasses, but not a lot of clothing in the designer realm. I have got a few pieces, but not that many. So I had bought a lot of stuff from Topshop. I love Topshop. I still like a lot of their stuff. I thought it was the best thing in the world to buy $3 t-shirts at Forever 21 because they're cheap, and just to buy cheaper clothing because it was cheaper and you can get it a lot of quantity of it. And then I want to say this happened with t-shirts. I'm not sure where I first started noticing it. It may have been in the Forever 21 t-shirt, I think, first, and then it moved on into the Topshop t-shirt. So I had this one Forever 21 t-shirt, and I started noticing it was getting little holes in it. I'm like, well, what do you expect for $3.80 or however much it was? It was under $4. And then this particular shirt that I'm wearing right here, I bought several of these. They had them in black, navy, and white. And originally, this is a Topshop t-shirt. I still really like the t-shirts, don't get me wrong, but something happened with, I think, every single one except for one of my white ones. And originally the t-shirt was $25, which at the time, I didn't even really want to spend $25 on a t-shirt. I thought that was way too much because I was getting the ones from Forever 21 for $3 and something. I'm like, it's a t-shirt, you know, get the cheapest ones possible. Well, the Topshop t-shirt went on sale for $12. And I was like, I just stocked up on them because I love the shirt. It felt comfortable. I thought it looked good for just a plain t-shirt. I just really liked it. Well, a month or so went by, maybe a little bit longer, and the white ones, I don't know why it only happened on the white ones, because I haven't noticed it on the black ones or the navy ones, but the pockets, it's got a pocket right here. You're probably not seeing that too well, but on the pockets, I guess the pocket was too heavy, or the way it was sewn in wasn't great, but the pockets started ripping, and then we ended up with holes in the t-shirts around the pockets. Then I started noticing there was holes in other parts of the t-shirts as well. And this started my brain like, you know, you feel like the gears are churning up there. And I started really looking into this fast fashion topic, and or throwaway fashion, whatever you prefer. And I was like, oh my goodness. It opened my mind and it blew my mind about how much waste goes on in this, that a lot of people are just buying clothing and they're not paying that much for it, and then wearing it, sometimes even one time you wash it and it falls apart. I actually did have that happen a few years ago. I bought a what some people refer to as a high street dress, or just, it wasn't designer whatsoever, but just a dress. And I wore it once, washed it, it literally fell apart. I wore it one time. I believe I wore it once. I did attempt to sew it back together, and I can't sew, so I was like hand stitching, but all of the seams just pulled open, and it was hideous looking. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so over the course of a few years, that dress actually came before the t-shirts, but I really wasn't studying it about this fast fashion that much at that point in time. I was just devastated about that dress, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. But a lot of people will go to H&M, Forever 21, Zara, Topshop, other stores like, you know, Dillard's or Macy's Clothing does have these lower end designers. And so you buy stuff and you may only wear it a season, and then you may give it to Goodwill. You may throw it away if it falls apart on you. You may keep it, I don't know, but a lot of people are doing this. And when it is given away to Goodwill or wherever you donate it, A lot of it does not actually make it into the Goodwill stores to be sold. I was reading books about this. It actually ends up, the majority of it ends up going to a foreign country, and it starts messing with their economies because we're shipping clothing to these other countries, and they're getting this clothing, and the people that were the clothing makers for those countries are now losing funds because all this clothing is being shipped over there. It's ending up in landfills. You know, and I'm not here to tell you that I'm a big environmentalist, because I'm not. But this is something that I felt in a small part of my world that I can do, is really focus on buying quality clothing. That doesn't mean that I don't love a deal, because I do. And I'm getting back around, so I'm coming full circle here. I love the Kate Spade brand because I feel that the clothing is flattering on my figure. It's so cute. Some of it is very trendy, but it's good quality. Of all the Kate Spade pieces that I have ever purchased, I've only had an issue with one of them. So I love the brand, but I am not into paying full price at the Kate Spade store, because I know that they do sales all the time and fairly quickly. Usually if you see something you like, you don't have to wait that long for it to go on sale. Then a lot of times they will do an extra 25 to 30% off, and then sometimes they do these surprise sales that are up to 75% off. So while the clothing may still be $150 for a skirt, which I don't have, I mean, I guess that's what I paid for it. I don't remember now. I don't have the receipt in front of me. I don't have an issue with that, and if somebody else does, that is fine. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. You do you, I'll do me. But I just kind of wanted to share that I am looking for quality clothing, and for that reason, I don't mind paying more than, you know, I don't mind paying that whatsoever. But because I know that Kate Spade goes on sale, I do wait for the sales, because if I hadn't of, these skirts would have been around $300 or so. So I thought it was, I thought it was amazing that I got them almost 50% off. So, you know, it's just whatever you want, but I just wanted to give you my philosophy and my thoughts on why I don't mind spending more on quality clothing, because I feel better about it. I will have them a lot longer because they're not falling apart on me, and I just love them. And then if I do basically get tired of them, or I change sizes, because that does happen, I can sell it on eBay because it's still good quality. And so that is my philosophy on that. So I thought I would show you the puppies now. They've both fallen asleep. Let me see, one puppy story this week. I got them a small swimming pool. So imagine those kiddie pools that are plastic that you can get at Walmart or Target. I don't even know where you can get them. But it's smaller than one of those, but it's basically a plastic kiddie pool or a puppy pool. And I thought they were just going to love it because the weather has been getting really, really warm here. And Coco especially, she gets overheated fairly quickly. And so I got them the swimming pool. I let them go look at it first. I didn't want to just shock them and put them in there. So I let them look at it, sniff around, and then I gently put them in the swimming pool. They didn't care for it. Coco walked around, Chanel just jumped right back out. And ever since then, they've been using it as a ginormous water dish. They will drink out of it, but they won't swim in it. So I was like, well, that was a waste of $10.99 because they don't want to swim in their kiddie pool. But I know we are going to get a lot hotter days in Nashville, so I will try it again with them later. But anyway, I just thought it was so cute, this one swimming pool for puppies. But dachshunds were not so much into the kiddie pool. At least mine weren't. So here is Coco right here. I'm going to have to go get Chanel. But Coco has been doing really, really well this week. We've been going to the park and walking. And, oh, she's so sleepy right now, but overall, they have been doing great. I thought I had another puppy story, but I'm not coming up with it other than a kiddie pool. Let me look at my notes. Nope, didn't write anything else down, so let me go get Chanel and show her to you, and then I'm just going to go ahead and sign off, and I'll be talking to you later. So here's Chanel. They're so sleepy right now. Normally I film these videos much earlier in the mornings, and they're a lot more active then. After I separated them from their fight a few minutes ago, they got so sleepy. Oh my goodness. But they're doing well, so I'm going to go ahead and say bye, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.